And hopefully, this is a little better. It's like technical hitch. What did you think? We are again live. Yes, I think we are. I think we're here. I think we're live. So let me share my screen real quick. Yes, we are working, I do believe. So we had a slight technical hit with the previous two webcams on this setup. And the one that came on first of all is the poor quality one. So we really wanted this one, which is the better one. Good evening. It's better here on Sunday, 26th of May, 19. No, it's not 19, 2024. I was going to give my birthday away. And it's my birthday, so I'm just here just to have a quick chat on my birthday. Hopefully, I invite you to join me if you're available. But in the meantime, before or if anyone hops on here tonight, on the 26th, do we know? Let's have a quick brief of the previous days, the videos that we put out. So we had, I think this one. Oh, the 3 parts. I definitely put the 3-part out. Then we had the trailer for the part 7 and the trailer for part 8, which actually went out today. So part 8 went live today. So hopefully you've had a chance to watch that. If you haven't, head over and watch part 8 of Crimson Dawn. And in the meantime, I went ahead, and you can see this video that's flashing up on the screen right now. I went ahead and did this one, which is a different one, different type of video. It's a vampire video. It's like a tale. And I wanted to try and portray how it must be living forever as a vampire. And I tried to portray that in this tale. Hello there. Hi, how are you doing? You're very welcome today. Just mention I've just literally jumped on, had a little bit of a technical hitch. Webcam was working, but I'm on live. And do we have Sachin Air 91? Hello, and Agent Smith. The Matrix is after me. The Matrix has come to take me. Hello. Just mentioning. I put a couple of videos out this week, and the one you see that's flashing on your screen right now was not from the Crimson Dawn series. It was a tale of a vampire. Imagine having to live forever. I read a philosophy book once, and they said, what would be the point of living forever? Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Agent Smith. Imagine that if you would live forever. I've read this philosophy book once. And they said, what would be the point? Because you would have nothing to strive for. You'd have nothing to aim for. It was interesting philosophy. So I tried to sort of build that in to that quick tale that I did a couple of days ago. So if you haven't watched that, go ahead and watch that. So sad I've caught up to episode 8. I know. Almost at the end, aren't we? We're nearly done. Nearly episode 10. So the last 2 are pretty much done. They've got to be edited, etc. We'll try and definitely get one out next week. And then the big one, the end. So don't give anything away, don't worry. They've got the big one at the end, which I'm sure it's really going to take a little bit longer to prepare. So as soon as that one's done, we'll get that one out as well. But they're definitely going to be worth waiting for. Definitely. And don't dismay too much, because who knows? who knows? Maybe season 4 could be in the works. After a break, of course. After a break. There's a few other stories I'd like to get out as well. It's kind of cute. It is AI image, of course. AI. The good thing with AI, you can create it's getting better. It was hard when I first was doing these. It was quite hard because you put the face in, and then you'd say, okay, I want them in a different place. Of course, the face would be completely different. But now it's getting much better, where you can tell the AI to continue to keep the character in different scenarios. So that's pretty good. So it's getting much better. It's getting much better, but much more complex as well. So I look back at the first series, and although the story is amazing, the visuals are much better in the later ones, because as the programs have evolved, so have the images. So yeah, definitely AI. But it's a great day, because it's 26th of May, which is my birthday. So it's my birthday today. I've had an amazing meal. I've had cake. I've had drinks. So I'm very pleased with it. Does anyone know any other? There's a really famous person, one of my favorite actors of all time, also shares a birthday of the 26th of May. I don't know if anyone knows. Let's put it out as a quiz. Does anyone know? Great horror actor. Absolutely. My most favorite actor of all time. If you know, put it in the chat. There's no prizes to be won, just bragging rights. So bragging rights to win if you know who was born on the 26th of May. I think it was 1913 or something. A long time ago. An amazing actor. A huge inspiration to creating what I do. If you know. If not, I'll tell you later. Don't worry, I will tell you later. So, as I was saying, what we got lined up is we've got 2 parts of Crimson Dawn to finish. And of course, we've got some other stories as well, because when I'm having a break, when we get Crimson Dawn done and have a break, I want some other stories I really want to get out, some that are not really connected to Crimson Dawn. So, hope you enjoy those ones as well. Remember to watch those tales. I think horror should be psychological. It should have a twist, and it should leave you thinking, how did that happen? And make your brain think, could that happen? I think they're the key elements of a good tale. And the other thing about horror is, so although like I said, we have these beautiful visuals, but the best visual is what we perceive in our minds. When you create from your own imagination the horror, that's the best type of horror. That's why I truly love the older horror movies. Without today's horror movies, especially, there's a few maybe good ones, but most of them rely too much on special effects. Have you heard of the Black-Eyed Children, Black-Eyed Kids, also known as X? No, I don't think I have. I don't think. I'm not sure what that is exactly. Maybe I could look that up after the call. To see what that's all about. So we did just put the question out. We got the legend goes back to the 1800s. Oh, okay, I'll definitely have a look at that. Let me make a note. Let me make a note. Black-Eyed Children. A huge bang at the door. If you do, you might get a huge bang at your door one wonderful evening. Do you plan to write and publish Crimson Dawn? I'm sure it will make you rich. How do you know about them? How do you know? How do I know them? I experienced them. They came to where I reside. Okay, well, I'll definitely have a look. Do you plan to publish Crimson Dawn? I'm probably not going to publish it. What I was looking at doing was, at least when I get all 3 parts done, 3 series, is create 1, 2, 3 audiobooks. So they're just going to be audio books, so that you could get the audio book and just listen to it. So I was looking at doing that through Amazon or something like that, because if you do it for Amazon, it goes into Audible, and then people can listen to it on their phone. I don't know yet, but not in a rush for it or anything like that. But yes, I enjoy the series. Many times I come on here and I think, I tell you, they create exactly what I would like to listen to or see. So if I was listening, if I put YouTube on at night, when everything's dark, I put YouTube on and I listen to stories. And as what would I want to listen to? I would want to listen to that. Heavily in the season 2 and 3 of Crimson Dawn is winter. Well, that's the character I would want to see. So that's why it's in there. He's in there. It's an honor to meet you, Professor Shallot, my friend. It's absolutely my pleasure and my honor to have you here today. I do appreciate it. So, it's just saying, it's like, I create what I would want to do, and then you find people that also see that, which I really enjoy. And sometimes I listen back to it. I also listen back to it before. I put it out, because I want to make sure it sounds right. There's a few times I've put them out, listened to it, and thought, it doesn't feel right. So go and redo it and do something, change something somewhere. I remember a long time ago, I made this one video, and I actually uploaded it to YouTube, and my pronunciation of a word was wrong the entire way through. And I got through it, looked at it, so I just quickly went into the editor, deleted one, re-uploaded it. I am surprised that Winter decided to include vampires. Yes, I don't know if you've watched the last 2. So make sure you watch the last 2. If you haven't, I'm not going to drop anything for you. But the reason that he didn't delete, for example, all of them, then the Alpha wouldn't exist. That was his connection. Having a connection to reality, connection to the logic, the emotional side of himself. So as humans, we have 2 parts of the brain, left and the right hemispheres of the brain. So your left brain is your logic and your right brain is your emotion, for example. With Winter, entirely his brain was going into the left side, the rigidity of logic. So he needed an anchor, and it was the Alpha that saved him. So he obviously now he's got this anchor that he's not going to let anything take that from him. Which is why, if it had not brought the gods back or the evil back, then Alpha wouldn't exist. And if it had just brought, say, for example, why didn't he just bring the Lycan god back, and therefore the Alpha would exist without the vampires and undead? Well, then there wouldn't be a balance. So that's why. Do you know the stories of Goddess Morrigan? I don't know. And Dragon Tears is on. Good evening, Dragon Tears. How are you doing this fine evening? It's a very special evening, because it is the 26th of May. which is my birthday, from Dallas, Texas. I've never been to Dallas, Texas. I stopped off at Dallas Airport once, flying through to New Orleans. What's the name of it? The airport at New Orleans. Is it Louis Armstrong Airport? I can't. Anyway, I stopped off at the New Orleans airport, and from the UK, you have to fly to Dallas and then to New Orleans. And then from there, I went up New Orleans to Biloxi, which was a trip, which was nice. My parrot enjoys your stories. Excellent. Hello, parrot. Is your parrot able to repeat them? That'd be great, wouldn't it? That'd be amazing. The parrot could go over. Good evening. Do very well. Thank you. And happy birthday. Thank you so much. Earlier, I'm putting this question out again because nobody got it. That is the 26th of May. There is another really famous horror actor that was born on the very same day, 26th of May. I believe it's 1913. I can't remember. Does anyone know who it is? The big prize, if you get it, is bragging rights. Got it before everybody else. If you know, put it in the comments. See how well we do with knowing our horror actors. So I was just saying as well that we only have 2 episodes left in the Crimson Dawn series, and we'll see where it goes from there. We're going to see where it goes from there. Helen Bonham Carter. No, I don't know. If she is, it's great. Not the person I had in mind. A great English horror actor. He could, yeah. His name is Shakespeare. Shake's nice. She was born 2 years before me. There's another one. That's not the one. He's a legendary horror actor, English actor. Born in the United Kingdom, went over to make his first films in the United States, then came back to England and starred in many. Yes, of course, somebody's got it. Peter Cushing, of course, came back to UK because he was brought back to work with Hammer in the first Frankenstein, and from there on, history was made. Peter Cushing, of course, most amazing actor of our time. Goddess Morrigan, she is the goddess of war. It goes beyond that. Nice. I like the little bit I managed to put into, I can't even remember which episode it was now. But anyway, Will Winter said it's analysing one of the elders, and he said it's not magic, it's just science. So he understood how he could use the powers, not the power of magic, but use his intellect for the power of science to recreate that. So wouldn't it be great if we had a character like Winter, for example, that could simulate the power of, which he already has, power of the gods. He already did, but used it all. Fawlty Towers. Oh, I love Fawlty Towers. I love Fawlty Towers. When I was a child, Fawlty Towers always should be on the Sunday, the day before we had to go to school. remember sitting up and watching it. Basil Fawlty, yes, amazing. I met John Cleese. John Cleese was amazing character from Monty Python as well. Fawlty Towers truly was incredible. Incredible show. Charlie, yes, it was good, very good. I was just at the era, yeah, where Monty Python was pretty much finishing, and John Cleese got on, and he was making Fawlty Towers. So I was in that type of era growing up, and of course I was in the era of the Hammer House of Horror, and when Hammer Horror movies were starting to be shown on television. So they were a huge influence for me. Huge influence. And, where I used to live down many of these old horror movies and black and white movies made in Ealing Studios. Benny Hill would make Ealing Studios as well. And literally, that was like 10 minutes from the road. It was cool. A show called Grange Hill was filmed there. The Young Ones were filmed there. What was that? So many movies filmed. Great movie. If you get a chance to see it. Time Bandits I have seen. Of course I've seen Time Bandits. Of course. It's made by the same. I can't think of the name. I'm going to have to Google it. My brain is all over the place today. Time Bandits. Time Bandits is awesome. Because it also had Michael Palin, John Cleese. Yeah, definitely Terry. So that was the name I was looking for. Time Bandits is awesome. Enjoy that. 1981. 1981. So 43 years ago. 43 years ago, Time Bandits was made. I remember watching. Time flies too fast. And the idea that we must enjoy right now. Many times you see people, this happens to me a lot, is, oh, you have, I do other things as well. I put 2 videos out this week because I've been studying, and I literally just passed something this week. It was a big pass for me, so there's a lot of effort put into it. But I think that, as we are here, we need to savor every moment. Oh, we could be doing this, we could be doing that. We need to chase that. We always chasing instead of sitting back and think, hey, I'm going to enjoy and be grateful for what I have right now. I think that truly is life lessons. There's ways to slow down time. In the Matrix, there must be in the Matrix to slow down time. I don't see you as mundane. Yeah, I think it's right. I always see those pictures of the people chasing and finally end up getting what they want over a grave. It's time to. So there are ways to change ourselves. There are ways to change ourselves. There are ways to keep us younger. I think I don't do too bad. Too bad. Many people chase, my friend. Many people chase. When in fact, I think we should be focused more on the here and now, have right now in our lives. Super important. Super, like this chat, for example. We could turn around and say, "Oh, I'm too busy to come on here today. I need to do this, get here and go there." We can sit down and chat. No, because in joking, everyone that's said to me how old I am, I tell them I'm 25. So hopefully, everybody laughs, of course, but stay in good health. I stay in good health. I do exercise every day. I think it's important. I exercise every day. I don't always eat the right food, but I do sometimes eat the right food, but I do eat food to enjoy myself. I think that's important as well. Sit back and enjoy. So as I was saying, I've done rituals at cemeteries. And how did they go for you? How did that go? I'd love to know. I'd love to know what happened. Because they often say, don't they, that spirits are not in the graveyard. I don't know personally, but often said because that's not the place that they died. So how did that go for you? It doesn't delve too much into romance and so called. Was that done on purpose to focus on action? I try to focus on the action and I try and introduce as much as I can a tinge of horror. Like I say, the previous one where we saw the vampires in the old street in New Orleans actually. And it was dark and shadows, and they're climbing through the wall, climbing through the window, and they're trying to recreate that old type of horror. That's and then put the action in as well. Put it all together. We had some romance, a very small part, where the entire reason that Winter wanted to reset time was for his love. So reset reality, I should say. Yeah. But we can always try. Like I say, season 4. Who knows? Who knows? Good afternoon. Oh, marry one day. Oh, that would be interesting. Excuse me. Imagine that. The wedding. Season 4. Season 4. The wedding of Elder and Sarana. The guest list. I've lived in a coven of witches at one point in my life. So I suppose if you're, it depends on the coven. I enjoyed it, had a good time. I should imagine. I mean, I can turn around and say, I've also been in a place where I lived in a bunch of people that were teaching and helping me grow. So it's how we define that word, isn't it? How we define it. I don't know if those elders have a heart to feel love, especially Elder. Especially Elder. I don't know. And Serana, I tried to make Serana as good. Maybe I need to go more. Maybe make it worse. Serana, yeah, definitely. Definitely a good joke. Elder and Serana. Yeah, Sage is a decent chap. We haven't got to him yet. So I can't say anything on this. Good. How did you like? I can't say. Someone hasn't watched it. So I don't know what I'm going to say. Part 8. It's 50% there, my friend. A notification for the live, but none for part 8. Like half and half. It's playing with you. We'll tease it with this one and take it with this one. How much wrong did I get? Yeah, I won't spoil it for you. But yeah, it's got a good surprise in there. So here's what we got planned. I already quickly did it earlier. We had a technical hitch with the webcam. I have 2 webcams. I have one up here and this one here. This is the best one. So I came up with this one, which is really poor quality. So I had to reset. What the plan was coming up. Obviously, we've got 2 episodes left in Crimson Dawn. 2 episodes left in Crimson Dawn. And the big finale, of course. And then we're going to have a break from Crimson Dawn because I have some other stories I'd like to go with. I have some ideas for. But we'll see how that goes. We'll see how well received season 3 is. If season 3 is well received, then definitely we can work on putting into play season. But in the meantime, I have some other stories I really want to get out. I want to go back a little bit to more horror type stories, guys, and then see how this goes. Just a rage, absolutely. Yeah, I feel that I held him back so long. I was trying to do it on purpose to hold. Some people haven't watched it, so I can't say. I can't spoil the surprise. Spoil the surprise. But I did have somebody message me in private about doing something with the series, about how they'd like to collaborate with the series. I think I'm just going to stick to doing it on my own, to be honest with you. I think it does okay on its own. So I'm quite happy to do it. And a lot of people, this is something. I get a lot of messages. A lot of messages from obviously people that want to say, "Hey, can I do your thumbnail? Can I get you more views? Can I do it?" I'm just like, people that want to watch it will watch it. I'm not here to make this a gold mine here. I'm here to really put out the content that I would like to watch. And if you start involving other people, chasing things in the wrong direction, then they do end up not how we want to see it. Good. I'm glad. I've really got some stories down, but I mean, this week it's been so busy. had the weekend from Saturday, today, and tomorrow. I'm off, completely off doing anything. So I got the party out today. Tomorrow for us here in the UK is bank holiday, so there's no one working. I'm off because it's my birthday today. This is birthday weekend. So really relaxed because last week I finished up something. I finished up in a course I've been working for 1 year. I literally put in my last pieces of work a couple of weeks back, and I had a few things to change, did it, and passed. So I said, year's worth of work done. Past that now. So that was taking a lot of my time. But now I'm hopefully going to be better, which is great. Which is interesting. Until I decide to do the next course. I'm not fond of colours. Me neither. I don't like it because I keep saying to you, I mean, you're probably bored of me saying, see the stuff that I would want to see. And how can you put that up when somebody says to you, just change this, add this character, make this character do that? I don't think I'd like that. I wouldn't do well with that. Yeah, absolutely. I totally agreed. I said I wasn't interested. We're just waiting for. We're waiting for. I had a notification, Adobe, for a new AI software coming out. Create movies from. So you put your image. So for example, you put your image of winter, and you can turn around and say, now put another image and hey, make these two people fight. I mean, this is going to be amazing. I'm not going to tell you what happened to the alpha. I'm not going to tell you that. I tried to put like multiple twists. Hopefully it worked. I literally watched the last episode. I edited the middle and the end 2 or 3 times. I wasn't happy with. It didn't sound right. I wanted it to be right. So I did edit a couple of times. It would have been out on Friday. Took a little bit longer. But it's out now. It's there. And do enjoy that. Absolute yes. See this. Thank you so much. I love how Eldridge betrayed his own elders, and how he only feeds on criminals. This is exactly the philosophy I was trying to put in. The idea that you can have. So number one, the eternal is a bit of a curse, because in the philosophy, being eternal and live forever means you have nothing to strive for. You live forever, so it doesn't matter. And so therefore, what are you there for? And then Eldridge, he's seeing the world from a different perspective, that yes, everyone's just taking without trading. And so he sees the world that in order to have a great world, everyone must trade, have a mutual beneficial trade instead of take. Because isn't that our world today? Everyone wants to take for nothing. That sense of entitlement that I deserve it rather than have to work and earn for it. And that is how I tried to portray Eldridge. Excellent character who will be coming back in the future. Maybe we should do a series on Eldritch. A series of we did Lucas and Alara, so maybe we should do one at Eldritch. I do like the character. I think of the philosophy we could put in there. Eldridge, 100 years ago. That would be great. Eldridge in the 1800s of London. Oh, what a spooky era. That would be amazing. That could work. That could be something to do in the future. I think it would be great. I try and put as many twists. I try not to have you to think, oh, I knew that was going to happen. Try not. I know you guess some. Try and do it so it's like, oh, I didn't see that coming. I didn't see that coming. Because that's everything. That is everything. It's like that whole, wow, I didn't see that. Watch the old Amicus, Hammer, and Hammer horror films. There's always that twist that you didn't expect. I do love that. I do love trying. I don't always get it. Sometimes it goes wrong. I'm trying to get the twist. It sort of maybe mixes something in the wrong direction. But I do my best. Yeah, I think the Eldridge one would be an interesting, because he's definitely an interesting character. There's 3 stories I did where he's in 3, and I put them together, and they were very, very interesting, very good to see Eldridge and his vision of how the world should be. Can you imagine yourself eternal, living for hundreds and hundreds of years. What would be the purpose? You've done everything, seen everything, nothing to strive for. What would be the purpose? And then he's come to that point where he looks back and says, well, the purpose is to have a existence where trade is equal, mutual, and beneficial to all parties, rather than those that take. And I think that's an interesting character. You can develop that quite well. Dig deep into that character, and I'd love to see. I'd love to do it back in the 1800s. That era, like the streets, like the Jack the Ripper streets. Eldritch seems to have a high purpose, or at least. Yes, it's that same thing. And when I thought about that, if you lived for hundreds of years, you would now be adept on technology. You'd go 2 ways. You'd sit there and do absolutely nothing, or you'd be adept at new technology. It's that whole thing when people see like the lure of the vampire movie of living forever, they don't see what really would that be like. I think that would be a curse. After so many years of the same, nothing to strive for. It's like if you have this robot. Imagine a robot, and it's like indestructible, can never rust. It will outlive everything. What purpose could it possibly have? and that's our Eldritch. And that was what I was trying to portray in the character, and I hope that does come across. But we could definitely delve deeper into finding more about that character. We could create, maybe, I don't think a 10-part series would be too much. Maybe a mini series, maybe 5. I plan on living to 100. Indeed. So, '26th of May. It's another year on this planet for me. And the reason we push, I think, so hard is because we know we have a limited amount of time. So definitely for me, I really want to create some more stories. There's so much in my head that I'd love to download into the YouTube world that you can watch. And there's many other things I'd like to do as well. We've got superior to all the supernaturals. Yes, indeed. I was studying that, and years ago, there was a study done on the brain percentage, and what that 10% was, that it was the 10% that we're using at that time, whereas the other 90% was basically unused in the brain. That doesn't mean, and then what the scientific world took it as was that if we increase our brain power, we become more smarter. But it wasn't, the test wasn't designed for that. But it sounds really good. So over here in the UK, we having a bank holiday. So it's our bank holiday weekend. It's always the same. When it's my birthday, it's always bank holiday. So you're on bank holiday the day before. And so no work tomorrow. Day off today. Back on it on Tuesday. So tomorrow we have got rain and all sorts here in the UK. It's supposed to be almost June, and we're still pouring with rain. I was hoping to get to the coast at some point, down to the beach and relax. But it looks like I'm stuck. So tomorrow, rather than the beach, is probably going to go for a walk in the woods. What do you guys get up to on a long weekend? That's Memorial Day. Nice. It's nice to hear every so often. Nice. Good job. Walk in the woods sounds lovely. I'm so lucky because I literally have the woods where my house is I turn left. It's a road that goes like a 2-minute walk, and then there's this beautiful woods right there, and there's a big lake in the middle. And as you walk, the trees and everything, and in there, people have carved out little wooden huts and made from trees. They've made like faces and stuff. So it's really interesting. So it's a nice walk. It's steep. The hill's a bit steep, but it's a nice walk in the woods there, and then to the lake. You walk around the lake, come back. It's beautiful, 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 beautiful. In one of my, I don't actually know which one it was. One of my videos, I actually used I flew my drone over and filmed it, and I put that in the video of the dark woods. Don't have a bank account. So hopefully I can get a couple more videos out for you by the end of next week, so that we can. I don't think I'm definitely going to have one part 9, but the part 10 is a big one, so that's probably going to take a little bit longer. So it's probably going to be the following week. But in the meantime, I'd like to get a couple of smaller stories out, psychological horror, or maybe some older horror. It's lovely. Yeah, they have like they made this big circle of like these little faces, like chairs, and then they have like this. They have all these little houses where they've put the branches up. And it's for their children to go through. It's really nice. It looks really nice. It looks really nice. I hope Winter has a plan for Eldridge, because Eldridge is looking for a weakness in Winter that he can exploit. I think Winter has a plan for everything. You would hope so. You would hope so. I think that was also part of series season 2 and 3, was to showcase that even though there are these powerful beings and gods, man is still on par or surpasses them. If you're a man like Winter. Yeah, the children here, because we have a school here, and they take days out. They walk over. There's a beautiful place, beautiful. Like I say, I can't remember which video it was, but one of the videos I literally put um, footage of the drone flying over. I flew a drone over there on a nice day. You are more than welcome, because this isn't just you connecting with me. It's I'm going to connect with you because you give me ideas which I can put out, and you help me know that I'm going in the right direction. It's just I just think it's nice to connect with people that we can chat with. This isn't anything that's formal. Come here, we have a chat on Sunday evening, and yes. And once again, it's what I would want to do. It's what I would want to do. Dragon, as a woman, how do you relate to Sarana? You find that understand her better than us men. Place little people homes. Yes, it's awesome. I spoke before how I used to have my dog, and I used to walk my dog just out the door and to the left, and deep woods. It was amazing. It was an amazing time. Then I have a place about a 40-minute drive, and I'm on the coast, so I have a mobile home on the coast as well, so I can head to the coast. And, specific normally on a Monday, just go in my mobile home by the coast, listen to the sea, relax. No, the alpha is not dead. I think Dragon was just looking into the future for future episodes. There must always be an alpha. That's the whole idea that sits behind the story, is the balance. That was what happened when when the balance disrupted, reality collapsed. So there must always be an alpha. There must always be the vampires and the undead in this particular reality. There can be light without darkness, of course. Of course. Which is the reason why when Winter recreated reality, why did it not just remove the vampires, the werewolves, the undead? Well, he couldn't remove the werewolf god because he needed the elf. If it had just left the werewolf and not the others, then the balance would be off, and once again reality would collapse on itself, which was the whole. That's why when Alpha was about to kill Elder at the castle. Exactly. Exactly. Ah, someone's on the ball. Yes, that's when Alpha was about to kill Elder at the castle. The werewolf god Lysanol stopped the Alpha. Lysanol. There must always be an alpha. I like that saying. I like that saying. It's reiterating the balance of the world, balance of reality, even though our reality live in Crimson Dawn. But if we did, that would be the reality. But there has to be a balance, and there has to be a balance here too. There must be a balance. Always must be a balance. And to disrupt the balance, we saw what happened when that was done. And reality collapsed upon itself. Deep, very deep. So try to create the story of all these things happening in the background, trying to push the narrative. But these are the reasons why it's happening. So just before we finish up, anybody want to take a shot with what they think is going to happen? Anyone want to take a shot? Be interesting to see. Go to Alaska. So it's the last bit. There must always be an alpha, a zombie. Exactly. Exactly. So we'll keep winning. The alpha I have his back. What if Winter turns round and says, I'm out? Me and Mara are out. It's too dangerous. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into hiding. We're going to go into hiding where no one can find us, and we're not going to know. We're no longer going to intrude in these affairs. How about that? That'd be interesting. I see you writing books and become published doing extremely well. Possibly one day writing some screenplay as well, or television productions. Could be both. The audiobooks are very easy to do. Very easy. I just haven't had the time. The animation, we're waiting on AI to get a little bit smarter. It's going to take a little while to get a bit smarter. But then when it does, we can do that. What if? So obviously some people haven't watched it. But they've given a what if, general what if. What if the necromancer, Stephen Lestat, is able to create a superior undead again because the world is normal, unsuspecting. It puts that out among the civilization of the world, and it starts to transform and change the world as we know it. An interesting concept. What if the reason that Elder and the elders continue is because they're acting in a way that elders shouldn't act? They should be in the shadow consistently, not seen by anyone. They don't need to be seen. They haven't been seen in the first series. No one knew they existed until they needed to come out themselves. So what if they once again return to the shadows, simply live a parasitic life? They don't need anything. They're immortal. They live forever. They don't have anything to strive for. Even though Elder strives for more power, being immortal, still have that idea, that philosophy. What is there to gain in immortality? Who haven't I done? I haven't done the Alpha. I haven't done the Lycan yet. What if the Lycan? What if the Alpha? What if the Alpha once again? Because don't forget, the Alpha is there through a curse. What if now the Alpha decides to live as the Alpha instead of the undead Apocalypse? He once again decides to bring the Apocalypse to Lycan. But it's still a curse. It's how it all started. So four what ifs, possibilities. So much could happen. So much could happen in different directions. What if the zombie outbreak was spread through an airborne virus? What if the Alpha ends up biting people? Exactly, starting the outbreak again, because that is, if you go back to season 1, part 1 is literally how it all started. It's crazy to think. I remember writing that first one. I didn't intend it to be a series at all. Not at all. I intended it to be a one-off. My idea for the story was that instead of the zombie outbreak, imagine a werewolf outbreak. Slumbering zombies against powerful primal werewolves that we and supernatural as well. So there was no chance. You couldn't stand a chance. That was my initial reason for creating part 1, and then I did that, and I had so many people say, "But we need part 2." So okay, I did part 2, and then I got on this idea. That's why it was cool. You mentioned Tom. Yes, exactly. Good. Exactly. I did like that episode. Did you enjoy that? That how it was like dark and the lightning, and then the characters come in. That was great. Cheers to you, Professor. Cheers to you, my friend. Anyway, you will definitely get another part next week. The finale will take a little bit longer, but I will get it out. Meantime, look out for episode 9 coming shortly. Watch episode 8 if you haven't watched that. And then look out for a couple of stories this week as well. I want to bring a couple of different stories out. They are in my head. So download them and get them out into YouTube world. So, and always remember, if you're coming here on a Sunday, I truly appreciate it. you have ideas, something you'd like to see, just mention in a comment, and I'll take everything on board. And who knows? Who knows? And with that, my friends, I am so grateful for you joining me on this special day. Of course, it's my birthday, so I appreciate it. Where did you get the story about the blob? Where did you get the story about the blob? So, just briefly, of course, there's an old Steve McQueen movie called The Blob, and I wanted to write a short one, a really short one. In the beginning, when I started doing this, it was just like I wanted to do short stories, and I wanted to do one on the idea of this horror blob thing, and I didn't want to do it the same as the movie, so I just thought, wouldn't it be great if there was something like, we don't know what it is. It's like this mystical thing in the woods, and yeah, that's how I got the idea. I want to do like copy the movie, like the alien coming out. I wanted to do something supernatural, something mystical. So it's just a short story I had in my head. Hopefully that answers that question. I do like the movie The Blob. I do like the movie The Blob, even though it's really cheesy. I do like it. I do like it. I didn't like part 2, The Return of the Blob, but I did like part 1. I know it's old, but I did enjoy it. I do enjoy that movie. I enjoy it. It's a special place for me. I do enjoy The Blob. Steve McQueen. Just before we go, your darkness goes beyond this world. And my respect. Thank you, my friend. I truly appreciate it. I've now just got to see what year The Blob was. 1958. Wow. 1958. Steve McQueen, The Blob. Great movie. Great movie. Great actor, Steve McQueen. My goodness. So just before I pop off, and I just you keep when I get something in my head, I've actually got to. It's actually a thing called Blobfest. All right. When you give me these ideas, I've got to get it out. So when I was about 10 years old, maybe 11, we didn't have internet, of course. We didn't have DVD, Blu-ray. We didn't even have VHS or Betamax. We didn't have any of that. What we had was these old cine films, and one Christmas, parents bought me this projector because they knew how much I loved. I had to go through these books of horror movies, and I used to try and watch horror movies on TV. And I actually had The Blob on a Super 8mm movie. I had The Blob, Dracula, King Kong, and I had this big one with all like 2-minute films of like monsters, like the giant mantis and something else, tarantula. Yeah. So that's like reminiscing back. So whenever I see The Blob or Dracula, they really help me reminisce back. And, yeah, I truly have a special place for those movies. I think they had another movie. Yeah, I think they did as well. Son of the Blob. I can't remember. I didn't like the remake very much. I didn't like this part 2. I did like the song. Remember the song "Beware of the Blob"? I was only in part 2, but now on my Criterion DVD, The Blob, they have the song in front. It's the great thing about hard copy. So like have DVD and Blu-ray. Why'd you get that when you can stream everything? Well, of course they change everything on the stream. So they'll cut it. If you watch Star Wars on the screen now, for example, is nothing like the original Star Wars. They've cut bits out and added new bits. We want to see what was created. Or I do anyway. And I will be talking all night. So I'm going to say thank you once again for sharing this amazing evening. I appreciate your company. Thank you so much. And same time, same place next week. I will be here, and I'm supposed to be doing another some sort of project concerning Bob. All right, we'll have to look out for that. We'll have to look out for that. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for joining me on this great birthday. Appreciate it. Hope you've enjoyed the show, and look out for new stories coming. And again, I can never say enough. I really appreciate you. I really appreciate you watching and helping the channel, being able to spread the tales that I like to tell. So I do appreciate you. And thank you so much. I am so grateful for you. And on that note, have a wonderful day, a wonderful evening, wonderful morning, wherever you are in the world. And Prince of Darkness. Yeah, is that the John Carpenter one? Prince of Darkness, John Carpenter, I think. With see, once you tell me something, I have to know. It was with what's his name? What's the actor in the Prince of Darkness? What's his name? Donald Pleasance. Yeah. And on that note, thank you so much. I really am going to go now. Thank you once again. It's been amazing. And take care. And I'll speak to you real soon.